Oh, hey there. Excuse me. Are you Clear Skies?
Oh, hey. Yes, I am. How can I help you?
Well, my name is Deckard Spade, and I've been sent here by a few ponies who have some questions about the area. After asking around, I was told that you'd be the expert to talk to.
Not exactly an expert, but more than happy to help where I can.
Well, I do have this list here of questions from ponies all over the place asking about Roan. I've narrowed it down to some of the more frequently asked ones. Is it okay if I ask you these?
Sure, go on ahead.
Awesome. The first question is, what is Roan?
Roan is a My Little Pony inspired world, and it integrates pulp action adventure. It takes in many of the action films such as Indiana Jones, or even the war films back in the day of Where Eagles Dare with Clint Eastwood, or even comic books like The Shadow and Dick Tracy.
What exactly is the Ubiquity system?
The Ubiquity system, created by Jeff Combos, unlike a lot of other RPG systems, it focuses more on the role-playing aspect of RPGs. It offers a streamlined set of rules which allow players more time to interact or to even offer active, explosive descriptions of their characters while they're doing any particular action, rather than bogging down the gameplay with a major multiple rolling system. It benefits players by doing things such as offering style chips as a reward for good roleplay or just being helpful players to the GM.
With regards to the style chips, what exactly are they and what do they do?
Well, style chips are a unique thing to the Ubiquity system. They may have similarities to other games such as Savage Worlds. Style chips are essentially a set of poker chips that you could hand out, or any other kind of point system can be given to players, and players can use these to boost their dice pool. They can also use these to bribe the GM, and vice versa. GMs could look at a player and see what kind of archetype or motivation they have and bribe them based upon that. The idea is that it can help to change a certain aspect of a current scene, or a player could say, hey, I need this object to be here so I can use it against someone, such as a bucket I want to slam on the head of an opponent. GM can go, sure, bucket's right there.
What kind of culture and setting does Rowan take place in?
Well, for Roan, or specifically for the ponies of Roan, they're very much based on a 1920s to 1950s style United States of America. What this allows for is kind of an easier focus and understanding about government, for their government, as well as the GMs are able to get an idea of how the US's mentality is similar in regards to Rowan's, based upon interaction with neighboring countries or even their allies.
What kind of other creatures exist in the world of Rowan?
In the world of Rowan, you have the Canadians, Griffins, Mirages, and Automatons. The Mirages and Automatons were added from backers. Canadians. These canines are known for having a love of exploration. They're very much based on the Canadian culture. They're best known for the perfection of firearms, as well as creating the first airships. With Griffins are a very Germany meets Russia based society. They fit a communist caste where birds of prey are found in the military, and songbirds can be seen as artisans, ballet, singing. For the most part, the whole nation of Falconograd fits a very strict society. Mirages are a culture who live in a location known as the Walking Sands. They're very Arabian Nights based. They're equine-like shape changers who are known for their abilities in espionage, spies, even thievery. But the largest part of their culture is that they hold courtesy and respect in high regards, because you never know who you will be speaking to. And last but not least are the pony automatons. This came through with three kinds of automatons. You have essentially the Robocop automaton, a pony who either sacrificed their body in the name of science or was so damaged in combat or an accident that most of their body had to be replaced by ether technology, essentially. You have ether tech itself. This is the idea of an automaton who was all machinery, such as like that of a golem, and suddenly just had a soul of its own. It became sentient. It became able to think for itself. The ponies didn't know what to do with this, so they monitor these automatons, but they kind of give them a little bit of a freedom, almost their own personal citizenship. Last but not least with that is the Arcanotech. And these are automatons that one day after hundreds, thousands of years suddenly just activated. No one knows who made them or how, but they've awoken and they have an unknown purpose that they know they must accomplish, but they're in a world that has changed so much from what they grew up in that their challenge is trying to merge in with the rest of society.
Does Roan have anything planned for sky combat?
Roan does. The idea is a lot of games seem to take upon the issue with airplane combat as just roll your initiative, he gets better than you, he attacks, I get better than him, I attack. The difference with Roan is it tries to emulate a more realistic style of combat utilizing what was called a tactical egg. So the idea is that combatants roll off to see who fits a predator and a prey position, kind of like actual air combat. Once you actually have that position as a predator, the prey is definitely in trouble. Unless they have that much better of an airplane, they are more than likely not going to be pulling out of it. And the only idea that comes behind this is the player's capabilities, their skills as a pilot is their only saving grace when it comes to this style of combat. So once combat is initiated, combatants take their piloting and they take the airplane's rank. This represents how powerful of an engine the airplane has, how fast it can be, how agile, and kind of just balls it all up together. They both roll off. As combat continues, the plane receives damage, which takes away from its rank. So the more damage, the worse off the airplane is, to the point where it might be better that the player just hits full throttle and escapes combat. This, I believe, makes a major difference compared to most air combat systems in a lot of games where, once again, it's just we trade off shots at each other until one of us goes down, which isn't really how air combat works. At the same time, you then come along into, say, a Pegasus versus an airplane. And the rules in this system kind of treats Pegasi like a gyrocopter, or more of a helicopter, in that they are able to hold still. They can flip by and grapple it onto an airplane, and at this point they can do one of multiple things. They can attack the pilot, or they can attack the airplane itself. Case in point, they can look at the tail and just go, hey, it's a nice rudder you got, and just take off with it. And this kind of shows a more pulp actiony adventure of Pegasi being able to take on airplanes and bombers in midair to give players that thrill of action.
How does magic work in Roan, and are unicorns the only ones who can use it?
Magic in Roan is called Ether. Ether is utilized not only as spellcasting, it's utilized in their technology as well, specifically with the Roans, who use what is called gem technology. They imbue gems with ether magic that allows contraptions, machinery, weapons to perform better, firearms to fire specific elements. When it comes to magic as opposed to other RPGs, Roan has a free-based system. A series of charts give players the power to create their own type of spell, as long as their pony is able to actually withstand casting it. So no one's going to sit there as a level 1 and make Fire Tornado. They're more than likely going to pass out from the stress. But the more powerful they get, the more impressive the spells. When it comes to what races or species can cast magic, everyone in this world has connection to magic. Everybody can cast. In the case of, say, unicorns just happen to have a slightly better connection to magic. They're born with more willpower, which allows them to be able to indulge in stronger magic, to cast more powerful spells than what is considered the norm.
I think that's all the questions that I had for right now.
Well, I hope that satisfies their curiosity. If there are any questions that you come across, come back and, definitely please ask away.
I'll take you up on that. See you later.